So the reason why I'm saying is we can blame it on this, right? Because these are the reasons it's going down. But the overall reason is because so many people came into the market when it was around 30K. So the last all-time high was 19K, right?
Yeah.
It got back to 19K. Everyone's like, Bitcoin's a scam. But then it gets to 30K. And then Elon Musk says, we accept Bitcoin. Everyone's like, oh, I need to get me some Bitcoin. And they pile into the market like we've never seen before. And it flies up to 64K. So the reason we're in the situation we're in right now is because the FUD and all of this stuff with China and Elon, but it's mainly because everyone's panicking. Everyone's so new. So they've never seen this before. Everyone, every single news outlet, Bitcoin's going to 100K, Bitcoin's going to 250K, huge banks, we're opening up a Bitcoin trust, we're doing this.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Jibber with Jabber. Today we're happy to announce our new sponsor, Red Bull. See that? See that? It's a nice little sponsor. Let me see it. Tastes great, mate. It tastes great.
Let's give you wings.
Yeah, in the wrong places though. I'm a bit hyped. Yeah, Red Bull isn't sponsoring us yet, but I've sent an email out. I've sent the email. I'm hoping for them to get back to me. At least give us a fridge with some Red Bull. Get these guys all hyped up, ready for the thing. Humbled to be joined by you today, Mr. Man of Many Talents, Conor Kenny. Look, I mean, I knew where to start before, but I forgot about something, and you reminded me about it when you came here. So everyone doesn't know that you were a crazy free runner / acrobat / a lot of things, stuntman, and you stopped. Now, when you hobbled in on the crutch today with a giant cast on your foot, as you can see on the third cam, I think it makes more sense why you stopped. Yeah. Now let's talk about that. Like, what happened? Because I know you were on holiday, and it wasn't ideal, was it?
All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. It's one of the biggest stunts of my life. Mm-hmm. So I woke up. I thought, I'm 30 now. It's time for me to lose some of this fat. I know I'm a YouTuber now, so putting on weight. It's time for me to go for a little jog. Yeah. Big ones. Went out for a jog. Was out there maybe 3 to 5 minutes. A long one, right? I'm sweating. It's hot. Woo! I'm listening to David Goggins.
Okay.
I'm like, I got this.
Oh, so you got that motivation going.
Yeah. I'm powering.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm not looking anywhere. And then there's a hole in the ground. I roll my ankle. Think nothing really of it, right? How many times have you rolled your ankle? Yeah. And I'm like,
especially doing what you're doing.
Yeah. We hurt ourselves
doing the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's only like running or walking off something. You never hurt it when because you're focused when you're doing the actual thing, right? Anyway, so I rolled the ankle. Hobbled back for a bit, realized, this is kind of bad, and then like my foot ballooned, and
I remember seeing I remember seeing an Instagram story of yours, and it was just like Elephant Man's foot, and then you were like, any idea, guys? is this good? It doesn't feel good. It's not supposed to be like this.
So I'm on a really small island in Greece, right? It's literally 2 kilometers long. There's no doctors. There's a pharmacy. I walked into the pharmacy. He just took one look at me and then like chucked some anti-inflammatories at me. And I'm like, great, thanks so much. But yeah, I had to put on my Instagram because I have like physio friends, right? And I'm like, does anyone know what might be wrong? But the amount, it was the same as like searching on Google.
Yeah. Like that. What is that? Is it WebMD?
Yeah.
Bro, everything I've searched, I'm dying of cancer.
Yeah. Cancer of the toes.
Everything, bro. Yeah. Once I just thought it would be fun. I'd be like, where can I change my batteries for my watch? And they'd be like, cancer.
Cancer, for sure.
Like, you're dead, bro.
How are you still alive?
Literally, take the hint. Your watch isn't working. Your time's running out. It was literally like that. It's crazy how, I mean, because again, it's funny when we met, we started talking about we were training in the same gyms, doing, free running and acrobatics and stuff like that. I mean, I was by no means as good as you were, but I was good enough to do stuff that other people could not do no matter what. And it's funny how while doing all of that stuff, nothing ever happens. I mean, I used to street skate when I was younger and competitively.
Blades or?
Blades.
Yeah, me too.
I was
not competitively, but I used to skate.
Wait, you're a Londoner, right?
Yeah. Base 66, PlayStation.
Bro, I'm a bit older than you.
We probably met.
I was sponsored by Slick Willy's and Roadrunner.
Oh, you were good. I wasn't
Slick
good.
Willy's was. Remember Slick Willy's High Street Ken?
Nah.
Yeah, it was the place to be, and Roadrunner. So you'd get those, where we go to get our midgets and dwarfs and grind pads and all of that stuff. And the stuff we would do. Nothing.
Wait, how old are you? Tell me off.
I'm gonna be 40 soon, bro. I'm kissing 40.
Yeah, we must have crossed paths for sure. Because there were boys that were older than us that we used to be
Yeah,
like,
all
oh,
right.
damn.
Settle down. Steady, mate.
Only
Steady,
slightly
mate.
older.
How old are you now?
30.
30. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm old enough to
Yeah,
to kind of know you.
yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff, never an injury. Let me tell you how I injured my knee. It was about 4 weeks ago. I decided that I was going to show my twins the fastest and most agile Tyrannosaurus Rex and how he runs. So I'm running around the house going like that, yeah? Running around the house like a T-Rex. All of a sudden, my little one had spilt some water on the floor. I fly up in the air and then I bang into the door and I just roll in the corner like that. And I'm just broken for 4 months.
See, that sounds like at least you did something
Yeah,
nice.
but I was doing somersaults on a vert ramp and didn't make some of them, landed on my neck and slipped all the way down the thing,
Yeah.
and I was fine.
Yeah,
dude.
you're fine then. You
We
bounce
get,
when
we
you're
get
younger.
to that age, bro, that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like
Yeah, yeah.
you break. I guess it's like Louis C.K. You know, I don't know if I can say this joke. I'm not taking anything from you, Louis, but do you know Louis C.K.?
I know him, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're ginger. You must all know each other.
Exactly.
You all know each other.
We're
right?
related.
Yeah,
He's my
right.
dad.
So he's got this joke where he's like, go to the doctor, and the doctor tells him what's wrong with him, and he's like, okay, so how long does it take? How do I fix it? And then the doctor's like, oh no, that's it now. You
done.
just fall apart slowly now. There's no getting better. There's no way out for it.
The amount of people who have said to me in my mid 20s, early 20s, like, yeah, when you get to 30, this is gonna change.
And you were like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm a
No way.
fucking
I'm
shogun.
invincible.
Yeah, I'm Shaolin. Man. There's no way. Yeah.
Nothing will ever change.
Yeah.
It's a month later.
Yeah.
I fractured my foot from rolling my ankle.
And you didn't know, right? You just carried on.
Yeah.
Because it's that invincibility, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Bro, it's all downhill for him.
Yeah.
Bro, like I was doing a lot of fitness modeling, and I was so shredded, bro, that if I coughed, you would see like those fish that are really deep underwater.
Yeah.
You can see their insides when they're breathing.
yeah.
I was like that, bro. I must have hit 35. One day I was just
Yeah.
sitting down watching TV, and a tit just went out of nowhere. Just one of them, but not the other one.
I know the feeling.
Out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's done now for me, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad I got all the pictures.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about this. Everyone knows you as a YouTuber. Not a lot of people know you as an acrobat.
Mm-hmm.
And you're an acrobat.
Yeah.
Because when people say, oh yeah, I'm a free runner or an acrobat, basically to me, when I first hear that, it means I don't know what I want to do in life yet, and I don't have a job, and I go around with my friends running around rooftops.
I do backflips.
Yeah, I can do a backflip is basically what they're saying.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do a moonsault. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But you were in lapel diving, because even when you told me that, you were like,
Yeah.
I was the diver in lapel. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you weren't.
Yeah. So
how'd that happen?
So I used to work at DPR, so Dubai
Okay.
Parks and Resorts, a theme park here, and they have a show there called Step Up,
Mm-hmm.
based on the films, right?
Sounds like Stump.
Yeah. It's pretty much like exactly like that. Apart from they don't clank the things, right? It's like hip hop, and then they had a trampoline, like wall running.
Okay.
So I went there and did
that one where you go.
Yeah, exactly that. That's
Yeah.
all it is. You can do it. You should be in the show. Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Don't land on your head.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I did that, and then they had auditions here for Lapel, so a few of us went to that, and then I joined Lapel as a house troupe acrobat, and then we learnt like high diving and aerial and things like that. So
I mean, is that something we learn? Like it's like normal. That's a
yeah,
big thing, bro.
yeah. I mean, we've been falling off things for so long. It's like,
It wasn't a big deal for you.
but like high diving was something that I never really did. I actually did 10-meter high diving for the stunt register to get on that, but
Wow.
this was 20 meters or like 18 to 20 meters in the show. But that was like my favorite thing that I've done in the last few years, like by far.
Yeah.
I wish I did that instead of anything else. Like high diving is so fun.
But why did you decide? All right, I'm gonna leave this and become a YouTuber? Because whenever people say
Yeah.
I'm gonna become a YouTuber, again, it's one of those things where people are like, yeah, all right, mate. Because YouTube can either change your life forever, inshallah, ya Rab, inshallah, or you can be a YouTuber for 25 years and still only have 2 subscribers and nobody's seen your videos. But you've got a following, bro, like a cult following, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I tend to go off on tangents in life, right? And then I like hyper focus on those tangents, and that's kind of what's happening with YouTube at the moment. I've had my channel since YouTube started, so I think 2016. But I used to upload my skating videos to Google Videos, and then Google Videos bought YouTube. So then we moved all the videos over to YouTube. So I had my channel since 2016, and I've been uploading different things. But basically, what was it? With the pandemic, it's so hard to like keep track of how much time has passed, right? So last February, so a year and a half ago,
Mm-hmm.
I resigned from Lapel just because I started doing some online e-commerce stuff, so selling stuff, drop shipping, and I was like, I think it's time for me to take a different path, but also I want to follow the stunt career, right? Because on the side of being an acrobat, I also trained for 5 years to be on the British Stunt Register.
Wow.
So that's like doing films and TV and that sort of thing. And then I kind of thought, because I was doing the acrobats, like live shows is very different to film and TV.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to kind of focus on live shows until, you know, I get to the point where
I break my ankle.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
until then,
Yeah.
but yeah, so last February was like, all right, I'm going to do the e-commerce and I'm going to go back to England and I'm going to do, sorry, I'm just thinking about the next part of what happens, but that was the plan, right? I remember speaking to my dad and like, right, it's time. I'm going to come
You were
home.
moving back. That's it.
Yeah, I'm moving back to England, right? I'm going to move back. I'm going to focus on my e-commerce because the thing is with stunts is it's kind of like a ladder, right? You have to be at home climbing the ladder. So you might get one job a month or one job every 3 months. And then after that 3 months, you get 2 jobs, you know, that sort of thing. Like, and it's like the first year or so is going to be super low amount of work and then it's going to build from there. So I was like, I'll do the stunts and I'll do the e-commerce. So I put in my resignation for Lapel and coronavirus had a different idea.
Fucked everyone,
yeah.
bro. Everyone.
just a wild swing. So the plan was, I've been working probably 10 years. So since I was about 20 or 19 to 29, right? So we're gonna go, my girlfriend's from Australia. So I'll go to Australia, meet the family, travel Australia for a bit. Yeah, I told you the story, innit?
Be very careful about how you tell this story.
Yeah.
If your girlfriend watches
No,
the podcast.
They blew my mind. Anyway, yeah, nothing happened, and then we moved on to the next conversation. No, so the plan, travel around Australia, and then go meet my mum in 3 months, I think it was, in India. And then so we'll go from Australia, me and my girlfriend will travel Asia for a bit, we'll do like the Balis and the Thailands and all of that sort of stuff, meet my mum in India. That was the plan. So February comes round, we're in Dubai, right? We're seeing the videos, some of the videos, people getting wheeled out, all white outfits, like, you know, the hazmat suits, all of that sort of stuff. People are getting wheeled out and it's like, oh, this is something's going on here.
Yeah.
So I remember when I flew from Dubai to Australia, I was the only one wearing a mask on the whole plane.
Really?
Even the air stewards were like you know when you can tell people are like,
Yeah.
you know, like you're being a Karen.
Yeah.
Proper felt.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
pussy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I was like, no, because basically what had happened is in Lapel,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people coming over from China on the tour buses, right?
Okay.
And the big tours. So we saw it like firsthand, like the guys in China, they're already prepping for it, right? They all wear masks, but they don't.
They do that normally.
But not in the same
Yeah.
amount when they're away, right?
Yeah.
Especially not in Dubai. So like we're seeing like a whole row. So we're talking like 500 people all wearing masks. So it's very apparent that this is happening to some people in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll wear a mask anyway. So people are like tutting me and stuff. But we got to Australia. I think we were there maybe 2 weeks. I got to Brisbane, saw my mate, came back, went to Sydney, came back. We were in Melbourne, and then lockdown. They're like, yeah, I think the first lockdown was only meant to be a few weeks.
Yeah.
So I remember at this point, like my mum still got her flights booked. We're like, yeah, no worries.
It'll fix.
Yeah, no worries. We'll just chill here for a couple of weeks, and then we'll go travel it. Not a problem. I think it was in 7.5 months in the house.
7. Can you imagine that, Benga? You go to meet your, I mean, I'm sure they're lovely people.
Yeah, they
I'm
are
sure they're
lovely.
lovely people.
Yeah.
You go to meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time. You think you're going to stay for a week, but then you get stuck there for 7 months because of lockdown.
Yeah,
bro.
it was wild.
Like even if they're the most beautiful angels in the world, that's a Meet the Fockers movie.
Totally.
Like it's just like if you don't know someone, to be around them for that long must be so awkward because you don't know each other.
I mean, like the thing is like that amount of time was almost a perfect test for me and my girlfriend's relationship.
Yeah.
You know? So it actually worked out great, and like I probably wouldn't have changed it because so much happened in the time. But yeah, as a story.
After that, you knew, right?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, the other one.
Exactly that. And the family's great, and like we got on really well, and like, you know, I feel part of the family now. But
they must have looked at you. There must have been some times where you were walking, they came in the morning, they were like, oh, this guy's still here.
Again.
He's still
eating all of our bread. Like I was ripped then. I left not
after,
ripped. I'm munching. It was, the thing is, it's like, you know, such a lovely family situation. So it's completely different to what I'm used to, right? But it was lovely.
But look, you know what you could have done to get out of that situation if you wanted to fly? You could have opened a can of Red Bull, because Red Bull gives you wings. Come on, Red Bull,
Wink.
please.
Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah, that's a mad situation. Okay, and from there?
So during the time I'm in lockdown, right? So they have land. So it's like a
Okay.
5-acre plot of land. So like,
Wow.
yeah, you couldn't have been in a better situation in lockdown. It
Mm.
was awesome. But I decided, because I was doing the e-commerce already, right?
Mhm.
So I'm starting doing, like, focusing on different brands and building different things and learning the Facebook ads and all of that sort of stuff. And like, it was great. Like, I managed to make more money straight away, pretty much like within the first 2-3 months. I'm making more money than I ever had in like any sort of performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Through drop shipping.
Yeah. So drop shipping.
So for those who don't know, drop shipping is when you actually don't get involved at all, right? You make an order, they send it from
Yeah.
the factory straight to the person.
Yeah. So the I guess like
Did I just very
Yeah, yeah.
oversimplify it very much?
that's totally the business model. So the
Okay.
business model is you are sort of setting up the brand, the face of the brand, right? This is the thing is there's a very big difference between the scam side of drop shipping, where people just set up something quickly and then they get loads of money and then they duck out, right?
Oh wait, there's a way of making loads of money.
Yeah, and then you just duck out. Yeah,
Tell him,
that's-
Benga's Nigerian. Tell him. We'll talk after. We're gonna get this podcast some money. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah.
One way or another, bro. One way or another.
you can sell something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you can run away with the money. But also, so the bird's eye view would be you're setting up this brand. You find you can do something like there's AliExpress, which is like a Chinese eBay, let's call it. But you're connected to the manufacturers, but through a middleman.
Okay.
So you got Alibaba, which is manufacturers. You got AliExpress, which is the middlemen. So it actually costs more. But the good thing about AliExpress is they'll send individual products to your customers.
Mhm.
So to start off with, you find a product on Amazon or on Instagram when you're scrolling, right? And you find something like that. You then create a brand around it. And then you try, the best thing to do is try and find a different angle. So you find something that's already trending, right? Something that people like, and you find a different angle for that. And you build a brand around it so it doesn't just seem like it's just anything, right? Any cheap thing. It's like, this is the branded one. So you got all these cheap ones out here, but this is the branded one. So that's the idea that you and then you get them to send it. And then the best thing to do is, instead of staying with things like AliExpress, you find yourself a supplier who then orders the product by like, the hundreds, and it sits in their warehouse.
Wow.
And then you can end up getting 3 to 5 day shipping from China. So it's like, it's really, when you get it, like, it's a well-oiled machine, right? And like, the best thing about it is it's really low barrier to entry, which means you get so many scammers in the industry that make it seem like it's a load of crap, right? But if you do it right and you think of it as a real business, like, you got 5 sales or 10 sales or whatever it is coming in daily, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to invest in branding the product, putting my brand on, if it's a phone case, putting the brand on the phone case, getting that sent to my supplier, putting that in my own branded packaging, and then each one sent out individually.
Wow.
And you get this whole branded feel. And it's actually like, it's good for the customers because it's not taking a month,
Yeah.
which is like the idea around it, right? But yeah, that's the Shopify drop shipping idea. That was the main focus when I was in lockdown.
So where did you go from that to crypto?
So, well, it wasn't crypto first.
Okay.
So during this, I'm always trying to do stuff on the side, right? So during the later part of the acrobat side of things, I'm doing Instagram, like building Instagram pages. And there's another side hustle that it seems to be completely unknown, but you can basically either grow from scratch, so it's completely free, a theme page, right? Or any sort of page if you're a photographer and you're taking pictures. So there's a theme around it, right? But you're not in it. It's not like a personal account. You can grow it from scratch for free, or you can buy one at like 10,000 followers, right? And then you grow these accounts to 50 to 100,000 followers, and then you can sell them again. So it's like flipping.
Wow.
And you can make like serious money again if instead of like buying fake followers, for example, you actually build, a branded page and real followers and things. You can make like thousands.
And then again, there must be these other guys on the side that scam it, and then
Exactly. So it makes it seem like it's
like
this
they buy it
sketchy.
and then they put a photo up and they get one like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or what you can do if you want to scam is you make these accounts, you buy fake followers, you buy fake likes, and you make the page seem like it's real.
Wow.
And then you sell it on. That's not something you should do because that is scamming.
Right, take notes for us, okay? Take notes.
But yeah, so I was doing that, and it's like I was talking.
Sorry, I want to ask, how much could you sell a page for?
So if like a 50,000 follower page, you could easily get between $1,000 and $3,000.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But you can buy them. You can buy them off people for a couple of $100. So you could build.
You could buy it.
Yeah. So
you could buy 50.
no. So the idea, the best method of it is you buy an account around 10,000 followers because it's already getting that what's it called, organic engagement, right? You don't have to build it from scratch. It's already there. So you're basically just posting things or taking your own videos and pictures and building it. But yeah, you can buy that for, let's say, $200, and then for sure, at least minimum $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 you can sell it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because
interesting.
if it's let's say like an animal a dog page, like cute dogs or whatever it is, you can then sell that to someone who wants to create a Shopify store, a branded store,
or someone who's selling dog food or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then they can advertise their product through that. So then I started, while I was doing the drop shipping, because I already have like an extensive knowledge in how to do that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to teach people how to do that on YouTube. So that's how I started the YouTube channel. Or not started, I added, I started a new sort of branch on what I was doing on the YouTube channel. And then, that was like, weekly or bi-weekly videos of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And and then, the drop shipping, the problem with drop shipping was or not really drop shipping, but like advertising through social media, right? Through Facebook. You're so, what's the word? Like you're in the reins of Facebook, let's say. If that's the people that you're advertising through, you're in their reins. If they decide to delete your account, then you're stuffed, right? So it was like, that's what happens a lot because of what we were saying. There's so many scams around. It's so like the filters to get blocked is so easy. So like it's so easy to trigger those, and then because there's no people around, you just get banned like all the time. So it's like, you have a month on, a month off, a month on, a month off. So yeah, the 7 months in Australia, I'm doing drop shipping. I'm making decent money. I opened up a business in the UK to funnel everything through. And then we decided I went home for a few months. Danielle, my girlfriend, came back here to work again. Then I came here and I just went full force with the YouTube channel. And I started talking about, instead of just focusing on Instagram, because of the theme page building, basically, it's sort of like making money online, right? Because it's so interesting how, like, I find it super interesting how easy it is actually to make money if you put your mind to it.
And no one's doing it.
Yeah. Because everyone thinks it's a scam. Do you know what I mean? Like, people who work, a minimum wage job in the UK, 9 to 5, right? The idea of making the same amount of money as a side hustle, you don't need to quit your job.
Yeah.
You can take an Instagram page and every couple of months sell it for a couple of grand. Do you know what I mean? That's already a month's wage extra.
Yeah.
But because I make it sound so easy when I say it, everyone's like, nah, it's for sure a scam. Like, I'm scamming people.
But I mean, is it easy enough to do where you could get 4 or 5 of these pages?
Yeah, for sure. If you wanted it not to be a side hustle, you wanted it to be your and you can do that for sure. And I think the difference between something being a scam and something not being a scam is literally just providing value, right? If you're selling something that is of actual value, it's not a scam anymore, because it's like, it sounds like I'm tricking people into buying an account that's not really worth $1,000, but an account that has 50,000 followers of, cat products will sell way over $1,000 worth of merchandise in a month if you market it right, if you know what you're doing. So so that turned onto the money making side of things, and different side hustles, that sort of stuff. And that's what really like gets me excited talking about, right? So so I started doing that, and then cryptocurrency obviously comes in, stocks and shares, cryptocurrency comes into it. And then that was before the bull market, right? So it was like stocks and shares, crypto, online money making. And then when we hit the bull run now, it's crypto.
Did you buy Bitcoin from the beginning?
Yeah. I got into crypto back in 2017 was when I first started buying. Yeah.
How much Bitcoin did you buy?
Back then, the top of what I had was 4.5, I think, Bitcoins back in 2017.
4.5 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
How much is 4.5? You still have 4.5 Bitcoins?
Yeah.
You're like, I got more than that, man.
Yeah, I have more than that now. Not much more though, because we're 50% down.
Okay, you don't want to talk about numbers, right?
Yeah, we can talk about numbers.
Okay, how much is 4.5 Bitcoins worth now? How much was it worth then?
Back in 2017, 75 grand, I think, the top.
So you bought it for 75 grand?
No. I've never see, this is one thing that it's really hard to convey on YouTube. It's like, without saying it in every video, I only bought from fiat, so normal real money, right, into crypto back. I dollar cost averaged back, a year ago. So I'm buying every month a little bit. but I stopped buying when these bull markets happen. Like I haven't put money of my own pocket into crypto in over a year.
But your initial investment was what?
First year, 2017, about $3,000.
That turned into
75 grand, yeah, 75 grand. But the kicker, 75 grand, the bottom of the bear market, $1,800.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that was, the thing is the way, it's almost, I guess it's a justification, right? But I was never going to sell it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I lost 75 grand. There's no arguing that, or 73 grand or whatever it is, right? Obviously, really I only lost $1,000 of my own money, but I was never going to sell it.
Yeah.
So like I can look back on life and be like, feel regret because of that. And obviously I do. I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I don't care, 70 grand's just gone down the drain. But I was never going to sell it.
Yeah.
It was
and it can still go up again.
Yeah, totally. So it was always going to go up. And then, well, that was 2018, right?
Yeah.
So I think 2019 was the bottom. Around that time, $1,800. So then during the pandemic, right? So I'm here, I'm looking at my portfolio. This is when I've resigned Lapel. And I'm like, all right, so I remember I was sitting on my friend's balcony and I'm like, I think it's time to like start reinvesting, right? Because this is something I believe in, right? It's kind of been on the wayside for a little bit now. And so I bought another I think it was $10,000. I bought Bitcoin and it was $10,000. And within 3 days, it crashed 50%. Yeah. So I bought another half a Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah. Which now it seems like a small amount. But that turned at the top this time round, $325,000.
That's what it is now.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, and now it's gone down again.
Yes, and now today as we speak. I don't know when this goes live, but as we speak right now, we're at the lowest we've been since the run.
If it goes back up like that again, would you sell, or are you still standing behind that? Nah, I'm just keeping it there. No matter what happens.
So the plan, it's a very annoying story. So the way I always talk about stuff on the channel, especially from what I learned in 2017, right? You're taking profits. I was never going to sell everything. So I can't look at my portfolio and think, oh, I could have had 325 grand or whatever it was, right? Right now we're sitting at 160, I think it is. But bearing in mind, the maximum I've put in over 4 years is 15 to 20K. So I'm still sitting, I think, close to 10X, right? In everything. So that's the thing. It's like when I'm talking about buying or selling, I'm only talking about selling because I'm still in profit. So what I learned in 2017 is always take profits, right? So the plan was to take profits, but I don't sell on red days.
Okay.
I only sell when it's green, right? Which is really like a reverse of what people who are new to the market think to do, right? Because they're like, no, it's green, it's going to keep going up.
Because that's what I would do. I'll be like, buy while it's cheap.
Yeah. So that's, well, buy while it's cheap's great. But what you find is the majority of the market buy when it's not cheap. So when it's 60K and everyone's saying it's going to go to 100K, people think, oh, that's cheap, I'm going to buy. But today it's sitting at 29K. And I guarantee you the same people who were like, oh, I'll definitely buy it when it hits 30 again, are not buying today. They're not buying anything.
Wow.
And that's the thing, because the mindset is, it's like herd mentality, right? So the mindset is when it's at 60K, I'm not selling or I'm buying, right? But then when it's at 30K, it's like, I'm going to sell now because it's going to go down. It's going to keep going down.
It should be the opposite, no?
Yeah. But when you have a lot of money in the market, which is why you have to not have a lot of money in the market, or not have a lot of money that you've put into the market.
Or in one coin as well.
Yeah, totally. But the sad thing is right now, because crypto is pretty much a new thing, everything's controlled by Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down, the whole market goes down.
Do you think it can go down?
Yeah. So now I think, in my personal opinion, the lowest we're going to see is 19K on Bitcoin. So we could see, what's that, like 25% down from here, 30% down. But I think that's possible. The thing is, we don't know what's going to happen. But the thing is, what I was saying was in 2017, didn't sell anything. 2021, can't remember, pandemic, didn't sell anything. But the plan was to take profits. I had a plan. I stick to my plan, that my plan was to take profits. And I went to see houses here, right? I went to see small 1 bedrooms in the marina that I was just going to buy with cash. And I saw 3 of them. I found the last one, and that was the day we started to dip. And like I said, I don't sell on red days, so it continued to go down. So it's like a lesson, right? It's like a learning curve. You gotta decide, like, what's your exact point where you're gonna sell, and if you're unwavering in that, which I was, you just have to accept what happens next, right? So I still believe in crypto. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm potentially just gonna wait out. I'm gonna buy more. But also on days where we're green, like today, we're super red, right? So I'm not going to sell today. But one of one of the things is, say tomorrow we go up, because what normally happens is you get relief bounces on the way down. So you can sell on this, you can sell, or I might sell some of my positions, but only the positions that I'm still 10x in, right? They're not positions that I bought. I never bought anything at 60K. I only bought before the bull run started.
Yeah.
So then I take some profits from there, and then I reinvest when we go down, if we go down.
Yeah.
And then the thing is it's really hard to explain that online, because if we now turn around tomorrow, I'm okay to buy back in and lose a bit of money on the way up, right? But it's not a fear of missing out situation. It's like a calculated risk. If I look at my portfolio, all right, I'm still in 10x. I could potentially get more money if I sell a little bit now and buy back in. I already did that when we dropped from 60, we dropped to about 50, and I sold 25% of my portfolio. And then I've been slowly going back into the market on the way down now. So I still have half of that I'm still putting back into the market. But now, because we've broken a real psychological level, which is 30K, I think the potential of having what's called a flash crash. So we could crash down to 20 very quickly and then bounce really quickly from that. So do I want to miss out on that? It's basically. So that's what I'm in now. We haven't closed the daily candle yet.
Yeah.
So the day hasn't closed below 30K yet. So that's going to be my decider.
Wow. So you got a lot of people who are following you, a lot of subs that are basically kind of taking, I guess some of them will be taking what you're saying verbatim.
Yeah, totally.
And what you say is what's going to happen. Do you
sure.
get people who message you or DM you and going, oh, well, you said this and this happened, and then so how do you kind of work around that, where obviously you can't attach too much emotion on it, because you're like, look, I'm trying to help and give you my advice, but
I mean, in all honesty, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's actually a real hard thing to deal with, because this is new for me. Do you know what I mean? It's been like 6 months or a year in the limelight. And like, it's hard to have someone, you know, because people are mean, and it's surprising,
especially on the back of the keyboard, mate.
Yeah. It's wild, because I think for the most part, most people, like, I'm close to 100,000 subscribers, which from my position doesn't seem like a lot, but I understand to people.
You put 1,000 people in one room.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
You put 100 people in this room, we're not breathing, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Imagine 100,000. That's a lot of people. People take for granted how much 100,000 people is.
Yeah. And so what I think, so in my own mindset, because like I say in my videos, I'm just a guy sitting in his room, you know, I'm talking about crypto, I'm talking about ways to make money, but like, nothing's changed from that guy who sat in his room a year ago when no one was watching to now when 100,000 people are watching, right? Nothing's changed at all. So I still read the comments when people are like nasty, and like, people are nasty about things that aren't even to do with crypto. I can't imagine what it's like to be a personality in this world, you know, like an influencer who's there because they're good looking, right? It's like, I can't, like, people talk about my appearance, and I'm talking about crypto.
Dude, people are just nasty.
Yeah.
Especially when they're hidden. I mean, you only got to look at the whole, what happened to the boys from the England squad. Recently.
Horrible.
Kind of
Yeah.
If they scored those penalties, they would have been the most, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as they didn't, out came the monkey noises, out came all of that stuff, and it's just like, because they're behind a keyboard and nobody knows who they are, they can do that stuff.
I was seeing one of the guys post. I don't follow football too much. I'm not sure which guy it was, but he said someone was, you know, it was an English teacher, and he had sent him Instagram DMs of just the monkey emoji. But like, my point,
these are the people who are teaching our kids.
Yeah. But my point was, I'm, you know, I don't know if it's to make myself feel better, but I do genuinely believe that the majority of the people who do it, they don't think of these people as people who, you know, like, when I get a comment on YouTube, it comes up on my phone just like it would for you or anyone, right? It comes up, and it's like, obviously I miss 75-80% of them, but like, sometimes, like, my phone buzzes, sometimes I check it, you know, whatever, you know, and I'll see the comments sometimes, right? And I think that, especially with those messages to the footballers and things like that, they just genuinely believe that it's like they're just venting, they're racist at that point, but they're venting their frustration, and they don't have the connection. They don't believe that he's ever going to read it, right? And that's something that that helps me get through, like, you know, when people are being nasty. It's like, because I do sometimes respond, right? And I say something witty, you know, like something British humor, dry humor, you know. I'm like, oh, thanks so much. Like, I got a lazy eye, right? And people literally often comment.
So have I, but you can't tell.
Yeah, mine's like, But like, people often comment that, like, are you related to Forrest Whitaker? right? Often. Yeah.
Quite funny.
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
good.
totally.
Yeah.
Or like red hair or whatever it is, whatever.
You know South Park, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You've seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't have souls, bro.
Yeah, it's
None
true.
None of you.
We don't. We don't.
That's why you make so much money.
Yeah, that's why we can focus.
Exactly, yeah.
But so I comment something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really affect me, but when I do comment on them, they, like, the responses that you get for the most part are nearly always like,
Oh.
sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I was just having a joke.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, you can tell it's like, you didn't think I was going to read this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
very obvious.
What you need to do is find the best Forrest Whitaker quotes from the Idi Amin.
Yeah.
From what's it called, The Last King of Scotland.
Yeah.
Just
That's great.
reply
That's
with
great.
those,
I'm gonna
bro.
do that. I'm gonna do that for sure.
Reply
Yeah.
with those, yeah.
It's like my favorite is the sort of comments that only like a British dude, like a London dude would
I
get.
understand, yeah.
That's because they don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Bro, people are weird.
yeah,
and
it's wild.
I get what you're saying. I think sometimes they genuinely think they're being funny.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
sometimes they want to make other people in the comments laugh.
Yeah.
And I think generally it's not actually they want to hurt you or they wanna
No, totally.
But they do forget that sometimes I am just, having a shit on the toilet and I'm reading it. I'm just like, oh.
yeah, totally. It's nothing.
Like, I know I got a big nose that's broken. You have to say it.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
I forgot about that while I was sitting here on the toilet.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, your question was about the actual when the money goes down, right? But yeah, so we can talk about like the hype coins, right?
Yeah.
And,
The difference between the main market and the hype coins.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
you're a hype coin man.
yeah. Well, I'm like an advocate for most of your portfolio being in the main coins, right? Your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, Cardanos, things like that. But then you got the hype coins, right? And the thing is, that's what's been affected the most, right? This is something that I was talking about from the start, because I was around in 2017. I was around when we had other hype coins, whatever they were back then, right? And they always crash way more than the rest of the market because it's all on hype. It's all speculation, right? Of course, Bitcoin's just speculation. Like, we're speculating it's future gold, right? But these are even more based on speculation because they are just, a carbon copy sometimes of Bitcoin with another idea behind them or whatever the copy is, right? But they always crash like 90%. Bitcoin might crash 50%, they're crashing 90%, right?
Wow.
But yeah, so the comments that I get around that are like, you lost us money. But it's wild to me because I'm like, I was at the time of the bull market, I was getting so much crap for saying sell.
Yeah.
So much. It was wild. Like, the amount of because obviously people come into the market, they buy something like SafeMoon, which I genuinely believe in a few years may very well do something good, right? But in the short term, what I was always saying, if Bitcoin comes down from where it is, these will crash to essentially nothing, right?
Yeah.
They'll crash way down, 90%, 80%, whatever it is. And I'm saying that, so I bought it. I sold 90% of my SafeMoon, right? And I got so much crap for it. So much.
You weren't happy,
Yeah. And most of these people now, like, it's very rare, right? It's very rare. But then there are people who are like, oh, you lost me loads of money. I'm like, how have you got that?
Dude, I get it. So my friend used to work in the stock market out here and in Egypt, and he would literally have, sometimes he even got calls from spouses saying that my husband committed suicide because you lost everything for us. And people were getting greedy, and they were putting up stuff they didn't have,
Totally,
remortgaging the places, and because they won a bit here and they won a bit there. It's gambling, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, hold on a minute,
Totally.
I didn't force you to do any of this. And I'm just happy,
just a guy.
I'm just a guy happy to help,
totally.
and give you my opinion.
Totally.
But we didn't sign anything, and I'm not your representative.
Totally.
You're not paying me to make informed choices for you.
Exactly, yeah. And like, I'm trying to give my honest opinion. And my honest opinion was always, it's going to crash, right?
Yeah.
So if you believe in it, hold a little bit of it. Hopefully it comes back up. But it's going to crash. It's all going to crash. Even Bitcoin will crash because like 64,000 so quickly is not sustainable. I think 64,000 in, let's say 6 months. 1 year from now, slowly, if we go slowly from here back up to 60k, that's much more sustainable than in a month going from 30k to 60k, right?
Yes.
So it was
all
like
about linear growth anyway. Anything that spikes is gonna.
But that's what you want.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's like trying to the whole idea of what I wanted from my channel was trying to put that mindset, that mindset of, let's call it like stocks and shares investing, right? So like safe-ish investing, but wanting, like a 10% return in the stock market's good. But then people get jaded and they get used to 1,000x in a few days. So it's like, that was always what I wanted my channel to be. Like, I'm going to talk about these wild opportunities we have, right? There's always new wild opportunities. A year ago, the wild opportunity was Bitcoin. A month ago, the wild opportunity was SafeMoon, right? There's always new wild opportunities. But going at these wild opportunities, because again, people think they're scams. So everyone thinks Bitcoin is a scam. Everyone thinks SafeMoon is a scam, right? So it's like, yeah, but either way, we can make some sweet cash.
Yes.
Either way.
On the way, yeah.
Yeah, like the amount of times I've said SafeMoon, I keep bringing it up, but like that's the number one hype coin, right?
I mean, when you first posted about a SafeMoon, that's when you got a lot of views.
Yeah,
on
totally,
that.
loads.
What do you think about SafeMoon kind of caught people's attention? Why SafeMoon? One of the things. Would you think it was the Elon Musk thing, or?
Yeah, well, I think the idea of SafeMoon was new. It was a mixture of completely new people coming into the market and automatic staking, right? So staking is something that's been around for ages. You can stake loads of your crypto on loads of different things, but the thing about SafeMoon is you kind of automatically stake it. By holding it, you get given free tokens. So when SafeMoon's going up wildly, and you're getting free tokens, reflections, that's, it's a recipe. It's a recipe for people to want to come in, right? But there's so many angles you can look at that. You can look at that as a Ponzi scheme, The early people get paid way more than the later people. But it's like, the reason I made those videos at the start was because it was the start. This is, I'm like, guys, this is the start. This could, and I said in that video, this could seriously be, literally a 100x. And I'm being, that was modest in the end. It ended up being 250 or something, right? From that day I made that video. And like, I'm like, we can make some serious cash here, guys. And the second, for me, even with SafeMoon, it went up. I think 3 days in, I think it tripled. And that's when I took my initial investment out. So I just took it out quickly. My initial investment was like $250. I took out that $250. And then from then on, that was like the whole angle of any video that came out next. I'm like, guys, and we're still here. We're still here in the beginning, but we're already safe. We're already safe here. So no matter what happens next, we're completely safe. So we're in such a position of power, right? And then that's what got us flowing in the videos and the community engagement and all of that sort of stuff. And then we got really high, saying all along, take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit. I'm getting hate for taking profit. And now it's almost the reverse, right? The people that weren't around, or I guess people saw other people's videos and then they come back to my videos because they're there at the same time. They don't actually watch my videos, but they know that I was around then talking about it. So they apply the logic, because the majority of these hype coin YouTubers are new to the world of crypto. So they're new talking about SafeMoon. They're still like talking about it now and they're new to it. So it's like, they weren't preparing for an inevitable crash, right? So then the people who were listening to only them then come back to my videos and like, you lost us money. You can't talk about Bitcoin now. I'm like, wait, no, if you followed what exactly,
you're not even subscribed to me, mate.
You've never even seen one of my videos. But yeah, I mean, you're always going to get that sort of stuff, right?
So what happened? Why are we here now?
In the overall broader market?
Yeah. Like what got us where we are? Yeah.
Well,
come on, doctor, put on your jacket.
I think the overall, you can blame people. We can blame Elon for starting the FUD. We can FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? So like people getting worried, right? Anxiety in the market. So what he did was he came out and said Tesla's not going to accept payment. But at 39,000, he said Tesla's going to accept payment for Bitcoin. And that was basically what kickstarted that rally from 40 to 64, right? That was really, we can blame him for that, but then we can also blame him for starting the FUD, right? We're not going to accept it anymore because Bitcoin is basically not environmentally friendly, was the idea. Yeah.
You didn't know that in the beginning when you first said that we were accepting?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how did you not know that? But that leads you to the idea that like if you follow Elon, like he's not stupid. Like I still think he has an ulterior motive, right? We can get into what that there's a possibility of an ulterior motive coming out tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a sec. But so he sort of released a tweet saying, it's not environmentally friendly, we're not accepting it, blah blah blah. Then China's come out and banned it. They're kicking out the miners. China was like 70% of all the miners on the Bitcoin network were in China.
Explain this to me. This whole miners, because they're not physical people, are they?
No. So
how do you kick out these miners?
So mining on a completely surface level is
Okay.
a computer that solves a cryptographic equation, right?
Yeah.
When you solve the equation, you get rewarded Bitcoin. There's so much more to it, but that is the
Yeah.
base level of what's happening, right? So it's the way the network is secured is because so many computers on the network are doing the same equation. So they're basically all agreeing to the same thing. So that way you can't fake something. If someone disagrees with it, the block isn't filled, right? So that's why Bitcoin is
Blockchain.
yeah, that's why it's safe. There's so much more to it, but on a completely surface level, it's
But
like
these are computers agreeing, not people.
yeah, computers, yeah. But on a basic level, they're just agreeing on an
Computers
accord,
and Mendy as well.
yeah.
He's just there, just like, no.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically what's happening in China is the government is going, we don't want Bitcoin miners. So it's a company, right? It's a company with loads of graphics card in a warehouse. That's all it is. And basically, we don't want you here anymore. So you turn off.
But I mean, can they not just VPN the country?
Well, they're moving out. They're just leaving China.
Oh, so they're just like, cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
they're just
It's
moving.
It's not a biggie to them.
No, it's not. But and that's exactly it. It's not a biggie at all. But if you're new to the market, so the reason why I'm saying is we can blame it on this, right? Because these are the reasons it's going down. But the overall reason is because so many people came into the market when it was around 30K. So the last all-time high was 19K, right?
Yeah.
It got back to 19K. Everyone's like, Bitcoin's a scam. But then it gets to 30K. And then Elon Musk says, we accept Bitcoin. Everyone's like, oh, I need to get me some Bitcoin. And they pile into the market like we've never seen before. And it flies up to 64K. So the reason we're in the situation we're in right now is because the FUD and all of this stuff with China and Elon, but it's mainly because everyone's panicking. Everyone's so new. So they've never seen this before. Everyone, every single news outlet, Bitcoin's going to 100K, Bitcoin's going to 250K, huge banks, we're opening up a Bitcoin trust, we're doing this,
That doesn't make sense as well, because I've also heard that Dubai are starting their own
Yeah.
coin, but it's a centralized coin, and the whole
Totally.
point
Yeah.
of coins is that it's decentralized and that it's not attached to a bank.
Yeah.
Why would I buy your coin? It makes
Totally.
no sense whatsoever, right? Am I wrong in this? Or?
No, you're totally right. The thing is, for sure, money is going to be based on the blockchain. For
Yeah.
sure. So you got stable coins, right, that are backed one for one. So for sure, the US dollar will be eventually on the blockchain because you can track everything that happens when that, there's no, as a government, would you rather be able to track everything or not? They're going to go for
Yeah,
that.
but also you can't track everything, right? You can only track coins that have been sold through your centralized bank. Yeah, but
Yeah.
not.
Not all
How
forms
do
of
you
Bitcoin.
then stop? Okay, we're only accepting these coins, but you cannot pay with these coins, and it's a big thing to kind of try and make rules around, because again, the whole thing with the coin world is that there are no rules, dude. These are my coins. Here, I'm paying with them. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't worry where I got them from.
Totally. But if you're paying a centralized thing,
Yeah, your DWA or
yeah,
whatever.
they'll only accept, Dubai coin or whatever it would
Yeah.
be, like the US dollar, but on coin. So like it will be it will be completely different. It will be a completely centralized system, but based on the blockchain.
Do you think
Completely
that will affect
separate.
the decentralized system at all?
This is where we are, right? There's no way of really knowing if the governments will turn around in unison, which I completely doubt, and go, yeah, we're banning it.
But I mean, after what we just saw them do in unison now, I'm not going to say anything pandemic.
Exactly.
It's not off the table,
Totally.
because the powers that be looks like they're starting to work together on a couple of things.
Yeah, 100%.
It looks like that
100%.
round table is becoming a little bit, a little bit bigger. A few more
True.
countries,
True. And also, why would you let it happen?
Yeah.
Why would you, as a government, let this happen? But then you also have the idea that governments could be getting in on it. Governments. That's
That's the one saving grace that I kind of have with governments and with stuff, that you always have corruption.
Yeah, totally.
So that kind of balance, corruption can also be good, because it
Yeah.
can stop these things from happening, because there will be higher people out there that will still be kind of
and there are loads
dipping
of them.
their fingers
And there
in.
are loads of them. And it's like, if we did reach a point, but the thing is like Bitcoin, if we did reach a point where Bitcoin was perceived like gold, right? In my opinion, I don't really see much difference. Apart from the fact that we're super early in Bitcoin and you can't hold it. So I understand why there's a physical difference, but as a store of value, which obviously as it's super volatile right now, it's not quite there yet. But as a store of value, I don't really see the difference between hoarding gold or hoarding Bitcoin.
And also, because it's like, look, you kind of are hoarding imaginary gold if you have any decent amount of it.
Yeah,
Because you don't
completely
have a room stocked
Yeah,
of
yeah,
gold
yeah.
bars like Money Heist.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
some bank somewhere
Yeah,
or
yeah.
some person somewhere is storing it
And
for
it's
you.
centralized.
And it's centralized.
Yeah.
So essentially, the Bitcoin and the gold is the same kind of idea. It's like you don't really have it. Pay the bearer.
Yeah. In my eyes, it's better than gold.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if you have a lot of money in gold, you don't actually have it.
Yeah.
You're still paying a centralized system to tell you have X amount of gold. Whereas if you have $100 million in Bitcoin, download it onto your ledger, and you just get on a plane with it, and you can go through security with $100 million in your pocket. No one would ever know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Gone are the days of looking like the Michelin Man because you got money in the notes taped to the
Exactly.
inside of your legs and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like walking in. You got a really lean face, but the rest of your body is really chubby.
Yeah.
Go over there, please, mate. We need to scan
Yeah.
you.
We're looking
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. So I don't know how we went on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
there, but
That's
yeah.
good. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
a podcast
No,
is. It's
yeah,
good
yeah.
to go on tangents.
Totally.
But yeah, so Elon, that's what we were talking about.
So I mean, you can blame it on that, or you can blame it on the fact that everyone's new, right? So that's where I am. Is there's so many new people in the market. The market is so panicked and also over leveraged. So people are trading on leverage. So people who blindly believed we were going to 100K, they leverage trade Bitcoin at 10x leverage, 100x leverage. It's wild what you can do. So basically, when the price goes down, they get liquidated, right? And this forces sells. So it's forcing sells on the way down. That's why we had such a violent drop.
Yeah.
And so now we're sitting at around that $30,000 mark, and this is a massive psychological level. So like I said, today's the day. If we close below it, I can see us having another one of these flash crashes where people start getting liquidated. But if we get back above it, what I would love to see is just sideways, nice sideways movement, right? Because that gives us a real floor in price.
Yeah. So okay, so how does one? Okay, this is both in the buyer and the designer or maker or whatever of a coin. How does something new, like like our boys at Sire, how do you know what to trust, what's a scam, what's not? Because I mean, there's one guy on Instagram. I don't follow him, or I follow him, but he has another side page where he kind of pumps coins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And every day it's a new coin. It's a new coin. It's a new coin. It's a new coin.
So it's super easy. It's essentially a hands-off process to create a new coin. So it's not a hands-off process to create a new blockchain. So Bitcoin is a blockchain, Ethereum is a blockchain, BNB, Binance Coin, those sort of things, they're blockchains. But you can then get tokens on those blockchains. And then and those are really easy. You can really easily make yourself a Binance Smart Chain token, which is what SafeMoon is, which is what Sire is. So the difference between those and these random coins that come out every day is simply the team behind it. And there are ways to check whether or not they have like something called locked liquidity or things like that. There are loads of different things you can check, but really the only difference is the team behind it, right? So it's like, it's super hard at this stage to differentiate between just total crap and something that's actually going to go somewhere. You're really putting your faith in the people behind it. So that,
I mean, I think people like shout out Sire again. I have to shout them out, not just because they're my boys, but because the thing I liked about those lot was, it wasn't like, look, we created a coin. It was like, watch us change the world. Like the layers, the layers of what they have planned, and the ways they want to go things. They literally want to change the game.
And it's super rare. It's super rare. So I get probably 10 emails a day from different coins, right, that have been created, and they all just are generic copies of whatever coin it is that's doing well. And so I was doing a live stream, and I got a bunch of people saying, check out Sire. And then they tagged me in an Instagram post, and then they happened to be in Dubai, right? So we met. And exactly what you're saying. It's a completely different idea. They didn't make the coin for solely the purpose of making money. That's not the reason the coin exists. They have a platform that they're building on the back end. The coin will be used on the platform. But the majority of these coins, it's like I get these emails. Sometimes I respond to them, right? I do respond to the ones that sound good, but sometimes I respond to them like, guys, what makes you any different to, explain to me what's different. And then they say the same stuff, this automatic reflections, right? That's the majority of these coins. They're just giving you automatic staking, right? Like, it's been done now. Like, if you're a genuine team, don't call yourself anything to do with Safe, Moon, Elon, anything like that. Don't call yourself that, because anyone automatically thinks you're just a rug pull, which is when you pull the money, right? Or a scam. So it's like, yeah, right now the deciding factor is the team behind it, but Sire they got the team, they got everything. I'm
dude, they're just cool dudes.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
just cool dudes. And you know, I love the idea of what they're doing with the whole save your pancake pancake swap thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And like creating
the layers,
and not just that, just kind of like trying to bring more trust into everything as well.
Trust and ease of use, right?
Easy use. Yeah. Mate,
the user interfaces are terrible right now. Yeah.
Get a monkey and stick him on front a rocket ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally a rocket ship, and go, okay, take me to the moon.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times that I asked them stuff when I didn't even have to ask them that stuff. It was just like basic stuff to them. And they're like, oh yeah, you have to add a point here and point there and point there. And but they're like, don't worry, we're changing
That's
that.
what we're doing.
Yeah, we're trying to change it for monkeys like you who want to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I quite like that, because I think that's what kind of makes people a bit scared of getting in there, because that whole me looking at it, I was just like, yeah, mate, this shit's just too complicated for me. I don't want to get involved at all.
Yeah.
Like I can't be asked. Kind of thing. Even though that's not a good way to look at stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it saved you. If you had been in the world, it's like very hands-on, and it would have been very easy to lose money in the world of hype coins when we were in it, right?
Yeah.
I think the thing is, what we're gonna see now, if we do what I'm hoping is staying now around the 30,000 for Bitcoin, right? If we do stay there, we'll see people have lost interest.
Yeah.
You know, people don't trust it. People don't think that, you know, you're going to make 100x in a day. So they lost interest. They don't care anymore. They don't want 10% returns, right? So now we'll see. Let's say we stay here six months, which is ideal. I would love to stay here 6 months. I'll dollar cost average into Bitcoin and the things that I hold, you know, every week or whatever. And if we stay here, we'll see the coins that actually had a purpose or had a plan. Those ones are the ones that will survive. So I wholeheartedly think that Sire will survive, right?
Yeah,
because they're doing something. But we'll see 99.9% of every one of the hype coins that we've seen go into nothing. Even some of the main blockchain, their own blockchains will go to
nothing.
exactly what happened in 2017. Loads of them went to nothing, right? But yeah, if we move sideways, it's a boring market. Today's not so boring, it's a bit scary, but the last month has been super boring, right? We've just stayed here. No one's making any money right now. So, you know, we see, you know, you can tell with analytics on YouTube, right? The viewership is way, way down. But the people who are still around now are for sure, if we go back up, they're the ones who are going to be making the sweet cash in the next bull run. And then also the coins or tokens that are still around when we next go into a bull run, they're the ones that are going to, you know, make it.
So for my subscribers, not yours, because yours know what you're talking about, dollar cost average is basically whatever you've kind of got left at the end of the day.
Yeah. So
throw it into a coin.
Yeah.
Whatever coins, or you know, if you have $30 left at the end of the day, that you kind of would have left every day, just throw that into.
Yeah. So the idea would be to, instead of, let's say you were like, oh Connor, I want to get into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's crashed today. What do you reckon you should do? What I would say to you, non-financial advice. Yeah.
Financial advice. He said it here, and he said, do this. And if you want to send him some comments on his videos, you know what to say.
Yeah, don't do this. But you want a dollar cost average into the market. So let's say you got $1,000 at the end of the month, every month, and you're like, that's money that I don't care about losing, right? It's like, it's obviously it's money. It's a lot of money, but that's I can
still carry on and live and survive.
I live my life no different if I lost that money. I'd say, all right, cool. Every week, put in $250 and just do that from now on. You could do it daily, you could do it weekly, you could do it monthly, you could do it yearly if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's all about averaging the price that you get into. Like today could be great. Like 29.8K for Bitcoin could be the best price you will ever see in your lifetime again. Or we could go to 25 tomorrow. So for both an emotional standpoint, the main thing for me is I find it really takes care of your emotion, right?
Yeah.
If you put in $100 today and you're like, that's an awesome buy, and then tomorrow it goes to 29,000, you're like, oh, I put in another $100, that's awesome, I get another buy. And then the next day it goes down, oh, awesome. Or the next week, whatever your time frame is, it's lower. You get to buy more, right? And it really takes care of your emotion because you're almost like, oh, I want it to go down. And you only do this with something that you believe in, right? Only do this with something you believe in for a long period of time. There's no point in dollar cost averaging to something that you want to double your money tomorrow. This is like a 5-year outlook on Bitcoin, right?
What do you believe in now?
Bitcoin. Ethereum, Cardano. I wouldn't believe. I believe, for example, Saya and
Yeah.
SafeMoon will make something of themselves,
Yeah.
but there's no way of, not in the same way that I would dump money into Bitcoin.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll edit it so it looks like you're just
Yeah.
saying Saya.
In the same way that.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like dollar cost averaging into like things that are
Yeah.
massive projects that have made it, so that like in 3-4 years or whenever we have real projects, the new projects have turned into real blockchains and things like that, or that, you know, everything's out, then you start dollar cost averaging into those positions. But like things like Saya, for example, you find a project with an awesome team, with a great use case, with everything behind it, and you're like, right, I believe in what you guys are doing, I'm going to buy some of your token, right?
So how would you, like, for example, with me, the way I do it, again, because I'm stupid, and again, because I'm a pussy, and I'm not, you know,
you're right.
No, I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to that. What are your views in regards to, so this is how I do it. I've got a couple of coins. I'm never going to take them out. I'm never going to move them. I'm never going to do anything.
Yeah. I love that.
Just hope that one day
Yeah.
I'll look at my wallet and one of them will go 1,000x or 100x or
Yeah,
whatever x, and
totally.
I'll just be like, thank you.
Yeah. Sweet.
And
When
that's
did
it.
you get in?
Oh no, I got in with Saya, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So, I mean, what's your outlook? What do you think about the cryptocurrency market?
I don't know enough. Not that I don't know enough. So I've got a family, kids, a house, you know, a lot of responsibility. So at this time, if I'm honest, I'm not making enough money to be able to have an opinion.
Yeah. Totally,
Do you know what I mean?
How much?
I'm in my lane, right?
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
kind of
totally.
thing.
Do you have anything left? Like,
In
at the end of the month?
yeah,
Yeah. So, if like I said, if there's an amount of money, but this is the thing, before you even get into the dollar cost averaging side of things, it's doing the research.
yeah.
So you gotta watch.
I'm not doing any research. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
making you do it, bro.
Yeah, well, you gotta watch my videos.
I'm just calling you, bro. I'm like, Connor, today, tell me, bro.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. Well, things are going
And
bad.
just like every time I meet you, I'm just gonna open your wallet when you go to the toilet and slip some money in there and go,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, do something with that for me, please, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you're okay with losing it,
Yeah.
it's just dollar cost averaging into big projects and things you believe
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
like Saya, you know.
Let's talk about Elon. What's happening with the? What do you think this thing is that's happening?
It's just like my only reasoning behind thinking he's got an ulterior motive is surely he has an ulterior motive, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
You build space rockets. There's no way you didn't know how much.
I think he knew.
Yeah, there's just no way. There's, like, in my opinion, I feel like there's no way he didn't know he was going to pull out. Do you know what I mean? So
Calculated. I think
Yeah.
everything was calculated.
totally. So we can go the bull and the bear, yeah? So bullish is up, bearish is down. So the bull case, there's ideas that are floating around, like, you know, he pulled out, but now he's going to come out with something that's revolutionary that mines, you know, Bitcoin or Dogecoin or whatever it is, and it's completely energy efficient, right? It fit perfectly into the Tesla house, you know, like with the solar panels and all of that sort of stuff. So maybe he's pushed the market in a direction to become more energy efficient. And that would be something super high up that someone like Elon could come up with, right? Right, I'm going to buy Bitcoin. I believe in this sort of nonsense, but I know that it's not that green. So the only way we're going to make cryptocurrency a household thing is if it's, you know, people will start believing in it if it's genuinely better for the environment, better in every way, right? It's better as a money or as a store of value or whatever it is, but it's not better. It doesn't look after the planet. So I'm going to buy some. I'm going to say I'm going to buy some. I'm then going to pull out of it because of X reason.
Yeah.
And that X reason is what he's going to solve. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
the
makes sense.
The perfect setup.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's really doing that, but that would be the perfect setup, right?
Yeah.
For him to then come out with something like a mining system, you know, something like that.
Which he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that makes decisions on a whim.
No, but that's what his Twitter comes across like.
Yeah.
Which makes me think, yeah,
Look,
for sure not.
His son's name is hash
Yeah.
2416
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Don't quote me on that, but his son is named after an airplane, a fighter jet, and some other, you know, pie.
Yeah, yeah.
No one's naming their son that and making decisions on a whim.
Totally.
You think about everything, bro, when you
Exactly.
do that. And you can tell he's not, he's, I mean, if you ever see Elon talk, it's like his eyes,
Yeah, yeah.
like he seems like a robot.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he's not, like he's one of those,
Yeah, yeah.
what are they called? The cyborgs or whatever, like the that artificial
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
intelligence.
yeah, yeah.
It looks like he's looking
Like
at
he's got
you.
one of his things.
Yeah, and he's
got his
talking.
Neuralink.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and the Neuralink is going in his head. You can see he's thinking about a million
Totally.
things at once,
Yeah, yeah.
even though he's talking about, swings and
Yeah,
stuff.
100%.
But he's adding and subtracting. So I don't think that it was an accident or.
And that's the whole thing, right? That's
Yeah.
just that. Come on, I just don't. But on top of it, I also do believe that he enjoys trolling people.
Yeah.
So like he has a grand plan, possibly, but also he loves
He
to
could
mess
just
with
be
people.
pissing about.
He
Yeah.
loves to mess with people, but like you can mess with people and still fit into this grand plan.
Yeah.
Like he can come out in 3 years when whatever's happened, right?
Yeah.
It's like, see,
Yeah.
I messed around with you on Twitter, but now Bitcoin is 90% green mining
Yeah.
because of me messing around. So
Yeah.
moving on. Do you know that sort of like
Do you think he could be making his own coin?
potential?
Or do you think that they could be his own coins under the guises of someone else's?
Well, that's what a lot of the ideas. He's bought Dogecoin, he's bought Bitcoin. Bringing it down again now would be a great time to accumulate. But I would say,
But do you think instead of buying them, that he originally started them?
like he's Satoshi,
Yeah.
because no one knows who Satoshi is. I
No
mean,
one knows.
that's an idea, isn't it? Never seen Satoshi and Elon in the same room. Possibly. I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But maybe, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Wouldn't that be a cool kind of
That'd be
like
awesome.
a cool little
But that would be great.
curtain and
That would be
thing?
awesome. Like that would be even better. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think Satoshi is a? I mean, look. Have they given him an Asian name
To throw you off the scent.
to throw you off the scent, to make it the allure of a really smart glasses Japanese guy who's on this thing? Could it be just like a 13-year-old kid in his basement?
Yeah, well, like Vitalik, who
Yeah.
started Ethereum, was like 18 or even younger
He's
when he
messing
did it.
with everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. And it's up in the air, right? But
And how much does he own of it?
there's a lot. I don't know the number, but that wallet is a
Yeah.
lot. It's a worrying amount. That's something that could collapse it for sure. If it came out and it was some tyrannical leader,
Yeah.
that would be bad.
How much? Okay, here's another question. How much could Satoshi control the world if we got to that stage where we're only using Bitcoin and Ethereum and that stuff? How much power would he have over the rest of the world if he decided that?
Yeah, I don't know the amount. I don't know the number. I don't know how much he has. But
Not numbers wise. I mean, iron fist wise. Like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
what kind of changes could
yeah,
he make?
totally. A lot. It depends on how big Bitcoin can get. But I don't think that Bitcoin will be what we transact in. I don't think that it's a transactional currency. I don't think that's what it will be used for. I think it will be like gold. Gold is
Yeah,
a $10 trillion market cap. Bitcoin now is 600.
What do you think will be
600 million.
transactional? Ethereum?
No, I think we'll use stable coins to transact.
Really?
Yeah. Because why wouldn't we? Why would the governments not move over into this stable coin?
But would you? I mean, you get a lot of people that don't want to be attached to the stable coins.
I think there'll be a mixture of both, right? There'll be the anonymous coins, and there'll be decentralized finance because people don't want to
There'll be
centralize things.
vaccinated people with masks who have bank coins. And
Exactly.
There'll be me who just has random coins.
Exactly.
Or am I Satoshi?
Or is he? Exactly.
Maybe I'm playing
Maybe
this
it's
whole
you.
I'm stupid and I don't know about Bitcoin. And maybe I started the whole thing, motherfuckers. Let's just wait till Elon gets our other plan out the way in 3 years. That you had here first. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so that's what I like. I mean, stable coins are awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even in the situation that we're in right now, it's awesome to be paid in a stable coin. If you do whatever you want to do, right, and you have a invoice and they pay you in stable coins, if the company you're working with understands how crypto works, they can pay you in seconds, cross-border, almost no transactional cost, and it's instantly in my wallet. It's like, it's completely different. And like, why not use that? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can use other blockchains. You could pay someone in a Binance Smart Chain. You can pay someone in Ethereum. You can pay someone in Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin serves a purpose in the same way you wouldn't pay someone in gold. If I had a bit of gold here, I just wouldn't. Like, it just doesn't really make sense.
Just wear it all like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a bit.
Exactly.
Okay, but how would I just want to finish up on something, and if we've missed anything, make sure we say.
Yeah.
How much do you think Bitcoin would help the criminal world, and how much? Not when I say Bitcoin, I mean I mean all coins. And how much trouble do you think it's going to cause? For example, it's a lot easier to have someone held in their bedroom at gunpoint to get their password than it is to take
totally.
their money out the bank.
Totally. It's like a
I mean, if their legs hurt and they can't run away from you, they're on a crutch or something like that, and they're stuck
you-
in a studio at
and you
night,
lock the door.
you know, and there's two of you against one. We could get a password of some coins. I'm just Benga, take notes. And no, but yeah, but how could you stop right now if we basically just pulled out some knives and then we'd be like, we want that password now?
Yeah.
You got to be like, is it worth dying over?
Totally.
No. And then the point I'm making is, you could then go to the police and say they did this, and we can go, no, we didn't. Where's the proof?
Yeah. No, there's nothing you can do. That's the decentralized system. You're picking at exactly what that's exactly what the opposition would say.
Yeah.
And the answer is there's nothing you could do about it. But that's the price you pay for a decentralized system.
So there's nothing you can do about this.
Not at this point, no. You could
So
force
there's
me to
nothing
open-
you can do about this. Throw the crunch up, bro. No, yeah, that's scary, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Because you will get people out there
Of course, yeah.
that are like, they just, they find out
Mm.
that you have, or that, you could be somebody who talks about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
And
Stop
just
giving
say-
people ideas.
And just, no, don't worry. He's protected, dude. He's got us. He's got us. If anyone's going to rob him, it's us. No, but like, there are people that will do that. And
Yeah, totally. That's definitely a worry. The thing is, you can hold it in cold storage, not connected to an exchange, and
okay.
then that way people wouldn't be able to get it. You'd
Okay,
have to
so
have
all
it
right, tell me
physically.
about this.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
So you have a physical wallet. Like I have stuff in England
Yeah.
that's sitting on a physical wallet. Like my long-term holds I'll never touch
Okay.
are sitting in
So
England.
there is a way of protecting
yeah,
yourself.
totally. But you can
Yeah.
connect to those through the internet. So if you wanted to connect to it,
Mm.
you can connect to it. But you can put it into cold storage, so
Look,
you can pull it off.
We're getting to, look, I just want to go back to the old days
Mm.
where I'll be like, Benga, what you doing? He'll be like, I'm near the tree. I'll go pick him up on my horse. We'll go to buy something and we'll give the guy potatoes. He'll give us a carrot.
yeah.
And that's it. Just
good old days.
The good old days
Yeah,
of
yeah,
just
totally.
like bartering and using real stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're going too fast into this,
Yeah.
into AI and all that stuff for my liking, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with crypto is you got the bad sides, you got the good sides.
Mm.
The thing is with a centralized system, you got the bad sides, you
Yeah.
got the good sides. The government can turn around and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But also if you hold your money on an exchange, someone can take it from you.
Yeah.
They can hack it. There's loads of things, but there's issues with both, right?
Can the government demand?
They can seize your Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah.
Only if it's on an exchange. That's the power of having your stuff in
So
cold storage.
what? Okay. How? But isn't the whole point of Bitcoin that they can't touch your money?
Yes, but if so exchanges are centralized.
Okay.
So a centralized exchange holds your crypto. So if you're someone who holds your entire
But how
network-
do they know you got it? So the government comes to you and goes, "We're taking your Bitcoin," and you go, "What Bitcoin?"
Yeah, totally. They couldn't take it. So depending on how there's exchanges. For example, PancakeSwap.
Yeah.
There's no KYC. So there's
Yeah.
no
Evidence.
don't have to
Yeah.
send my passport. No one knows
Yeah.
it exists.
Yeah.
But something like Coinbase, the
Okay.
government is connected to Coinbase. So
Okay.
the British government is connected to Coinbase. So they know what's on. They can find out what's on there,
Yeah.
and then they can seize it. Totally. But you can
Yeah.
take it off an exchange, and then you can say there's an old expression. I lost my private key in a boating accident,
Yeah.
and it's gone. There's no one can say that you didn't. So
Yeah.
it's gone forever, right? If it's on cold storage.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it off an exchange. That's so the way I do my stuff, if it's a liquid asset, if I plan to, like, today I'm telling you, if we close below 30, there's a possibility I'm going to sell, buy back lower. There's some money I have on exchanges, but there's some that I have, I'm never going to touch that. Or until like one day, like
Yeah.
you said, you're going
Yeah.
to pull it. But that's how you got to look at it, right? You never keep all of your money on an exchange.
Would you ever bet your Bitcoin?
Bet it on what?
I don't know. I'm trying to get some Bitcoin. I bet I can jump up and then land on both my feet.
You're done. You're on.
Without hurting
10
yourself.
10 Bitcoin.
What do you think that we've missed out on? Anything that you feel that people need to hear or anything like that? I think we've covered most of the important stuff.
Yeah, we've covered pretty much everything. I mean, we can talk about we talked about YouTube, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Traveling, nomad lifestyle, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Let's touch on that.
Yeah, just do what you want.
Yeah. Just go to the point that isn't that the ideal way of living, that
Yeah.
to be kind of free to be able to do what you want from where you want.
I think there's two ideas, right? You got people who don't want to work a 9 to 5, and you got people who are completely happy with working a 9 to 5.
They're weird.
I totally agree. I have friends.
Something very
I don't-
wrong with them.
I don't understand. I try and tell my friends, like, we could do loads of stuff. Get out of there.
It's literally slave labor to work a 9 to 5.
It's wild. But my point is, let's say 15% of the people in the world actually do find the security of a 9 to 5
Comforting, yeah.
comforting.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Do you know what I mean? When you look at it like that, if you're...
I mean, I get it. If my wife wasn't working a 9 to 5 during this pandemic, then
Yeah.
we would have all been dead.
I wouldn't be sitting here right
all
now.
our kids would have been just like starving and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But like, if that's something that you enjoy, if that's something that genuinely, if the comfort of that genuinely brings you peace and happiness, then continue to do that. But if it doesn't, there's so many ways that you can make money, you know. And the thing is I think we live in a world of excess, right? So like, oh well, if you're working 9 to 5 and you're making minimum wage, I'm not going to leave that to then make minimum wage working twice as hard, but for something that you enjoy. That's the outlook. But you don't need to start a YouTube channel and make $500,000 a year your first year.
Yeah.
You can, save a lot of money in your 9 to 5, whatever amount of money you can survive on for 6 months, let's say, especially if you're young, you don't have a family and stuff like that. And then you can pursue something that you enjoy. And then the worst place you'll ever be at the end of that 6 months or a year is exactly where you are right now. So why not just try?
Yeah.
And that's it, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have the idea to do it, then just give it a go. And worst case scenario, you'll be exactly where you are right now.
It's so true. It's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, totally. Well, a pandemic could happen.
Yeah, exactly. But especially if it's a side hustle. I always think with side hustles, that's why they're called side hustles.
And you can, the thing is, the power of that, the internet, we're so lucky to be in the age that we are right now, right? Like, I wish when I was, I got some friends on YouTube, 19 years old, smashing it on YouTube at 19. I was like selling Pokemon cards or something at 19, right? It's like the opportunity.
If you had not sold them,
I know. Actually, I had the full set, and my dad chucked it out.
Mate.
He cleared the basement out and chucked it out. He owes me. That's like 100 grand you owe me right there.
100 grand. He owes you millions.
Yeah.
If they were in good condition,
They probably weren't, but
some of the just got like all ripped up.
someone actually stole some of my shinies from me once. But
mate.
yeah, man.
Look, at the end of the day, it's all about kind of doing what you want. So let's give them some final words, straight to that camera from you, about the whole, the overall crypto life.
If you're in crypto now and you got in recently, remember the reason you got involved. If you got involved for the wrong reason, for example, it's going to 100K, I got no idea why I'm into this, and you just dumped all of your money into it, then maybe right now is the time to research or get out of the market, right? That's totally my opinion. If you're not willing to learn and you got into the market for the wrong reasons, then this is the wrong market for you to be in. But if you bought Bitcoin at $60,000 and you genuinely believed that the idea of crypto will change the world, then it being half price is it being on sale. And that's it. Yeah, that's how you gotta go about it.
Guys, thanks for watching. It's been I've got a headache right now from all this information. I'm not Satoshi or Elon Musk. My head's on fire right now. I realized that Benga is a lot smarter than me. This is my 3rd crypto episode, and every one, I'm looking at him, and he's like, "Yep, I understand. Yep, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep." And I'm looking at him for help, and he's just looking at me like, "Nope." So, guys, do your research. Follow Conor on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, Conor Kenny.
Conor Kenny. I'm going to put that up there now. Some really cool videos and really good in-depth. Kind of like stuff on specific coins and specific stuff. Really cool. Don't forget to if you're ever feeling tired and you need a bit of energy, try some Red Bull. This is the only episode I'm gonna promote Red Bull in. If I don't get a reply from them, then that's it. I'll be moving on next time. Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you.
It's been fun.
I think we need 3 more episodes in the future just to cover different stuff.
Let's do it.
And you're welcome back here anytime you want.
Let's do it for sure.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the comments. Nice comments. We've just discussed this.
Yeah, be nice.
We know what we look like. All right. We're not Ronaldo. Leave us alone. I'll see you later.